Are we really living in a simulation? Some kind of simulation?
In many ways, it can be defined as that. Except that at times when you are talking about this particular concept as a collective, you are also in many ways assuming that the simulation has been created externally to you, in that some of your science fiction films or concepts that are being proposed to you even now are that some external being or group or vision has created something that you as your consciousness and individuation are constrained to or obligated to or forced into for some reason. However, the simulation, if it were, can be better described as a simulation that has been created by you, and that you have created all of the storylines, all of the levels, all of the gameplay, all of the adversaries, all of the blessings, all of the miracles, all of the beauty, all of the disaster, all of the heroes, all of the villains. You have created all of it. And why? For your own pleasure, for your own growth, for your own ability to see what this particular character that you too have created will do at each turn. You are writing the book or the story or the program at the same time as you are playing it as the individuated character. And if you were to think of your higher self or your oversoul or ultimately all that is, you can imagine that each of these particulars have in their own turn created a simulation for the one below, if you would like to consider hierarchy, to experience. So yes, your higher self has perhaps created the simulation of your direct individuation, and your oversoul has created the simulation of the beings with whom you have direct contact, as well as all of theirs. And then above that would be another simulation within which those live. And this goes on for infinity. It goes on until, and this is where the concept of the all that is comes from, or from where one can begin to understand it, until there is no separation between anything, because it is so infinite that to perceive of it, it would be impossible to separate any of the parts. You yourself as a human being in this life are in the process of creating the simulation you are in, because your direct perception of any circumstance or subject or being directly creates the response with which you will have in the future to them. So if you imagine your neighbor to be a terrible person who is constantly doing things to create havoc in your life, this is the simulation you will wake up to next morning. The moment you release that belief or that thought, you will start to notice in the stimulation, but yes, in reality as well, that actually this guy is not so bad. He is a little bit generous with allowing me more space for my parking. And now, oh wow, look, he has bought a lovely new set of flowers to plant in the yard that I can enjoy as well. And as you go through your simulation, deciding that this being is no longer that selfish character that you had painted them as, and now are one of your friends, well, now you are playing golf with them. And now you are joining them at their son's wedding. It is all up to you, this particular simulation. And yes, on a higher level, you are living within the simulation that has been created by you for the experience of being able to create your own simulation.